Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. Just to begin with, can you give us a bit of an introduction into who you are, your name, your age, and sort of your trading background, really?
Yeah, sure. My name's Laura. I'm 37. I've been attempting to trade for about 3 years now. Sort of taken breaks, then got back into it, and now, I feel like I've been a little bit more consistent recently. Alongside it, I'm actually a counsellor, so it's quite good with the psychology of trading, and I suppose being a counsellor as well, because I mean, not many people would think that this, but it all sort of ties in, in terms of managing your emotions, being patient, journaling. So yeah, it's quite interesting actually.
Yeah, 100%. Really interested. And the crossover obviously is massive in terms of like, I mean, and one of the big pieces of feedback we get on these interviews is people saying like, don't trade emotionally, and
Yeah.
handle that sort of thing. So really interesting that that's sort of your background and how you came into this.
Mm.
So before joining Traderscale, what were you trading and where, really, I guess?
So as in the currencies and things.
Yeah, so was it
Yeah.
Forex that you were trading?
Yeah. So it's forex trading. I think as many people do, I started off trading with most of the pairs, and then I think as you sort of become a little bit more, get a little bit more into trading, I think everyone teaches you at first, only stick to like 3 or 5 pairs, and then, but in the beginning, everyone sort of thinks they know best. So yeah, and now I've got down to I probably trade between 5 to 7 pairs. So yeah, and I find that when I do that, I'm actually more successful because I can focus a little bit more and understand the pairs and what they're doing.
Awesome. And in terms of like track record before joining Traderscale, were you making money, losing money? How was it going for you?
Yeah, so I was trading a personal account. I'd also done some funded challenges, which I had passed. And then once I passed, I never got to payout stage. I think, again, that was because of emotions, but I think it was different, like excitement. Whereas you might think, it's something different. You get excited and you start to think all of this money you're going to make. Or that's what I did anyway. And then I started to overtrade. I wasn't sticking to the trading plan that got me to pass the challenges. So, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. And in terms of Traderscale, how did you find out about us? I mean, how was that process for you in terms of signing up as well?
I found out about it through someone that I follow called Brutus. So he does like a mentorship sort of thing. The sign up was really easy. And if I'm being honest with you, at first I thought, is this a little bit too good to be true? And then once I did get the payout, I was like, oh, actually, that's it's really amazing. I think the only thing is just the sticking to the consistency rule. But I managed to do that because I just stuck to the same lot size every time anyway. So
yeah, no, that makes sense. I think it's feedback we have a lot. Obviously, there's a lot of bad prop firms out in the market that promise the world and then never deliver anything. So I think obviously we lay our rules out quite clearly to begin with, and make sure that obviously there's that framework for people to work within, and then obviously once they achieve that and achieve their payout, we're hopefully very quick to pay out. How was that sort of experience for you? So you mentioned that you had a payout. Do you mind sharing how much that was?
Yeah, so it was £900, but I did leave a little bit in the Traderscale account anyway. But it was actually really, really easy. It was very quick, and once I actually requested the payout and put in the documents to I can't remember what it was called, Rise or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
It was actually really efficient, so it's good.
Awesome. And it was quick, it was efficient, and obviously it's come through, which is great. What's your plans moving forward now? Are you trading a 50k account, was it, or is it a bigger account?
50k. Yeah.
50k.
So I'm planning to buy a bigger account, stick to my rules, and just hopefully expand from there, really, but just take it slowly, because I think, again, everyone seems to, well, same as me, I was in a rush, thought I'd be a profitable trader within sort of 6 months. It never works like that. But I think you're just, as a trader or as a human being, just continuing to learn and grow. So yeah, it's all a good learning.
No, 100%. And I think obviously, again, touching on some of the stuff that you mentioned at the start, it is really exciting to sort of pick up an account that's got that amount of money into and trading with that, but it's managing the expectations and the excitement that comes with that, because it poses its own challenges to compared to what you're doing previously, obviously, in terms of having that. So no, I think that's really, really good advice, and something that I think our listeners will appreciate listening to, actually, is having that understanding that it's not going to happen on day one. There is a process to this, and you need to have a clear plan that you follow and build out in terms of trying to be successful. So just before we wrap up, we always try and finish with two different questions. The first one is just basically if you give us an overall summary of your experience with Traderscale and whether you'd actually recommend it to other traders or not.
Yeah, I would recommend it. I think I was a bit ambivalent in the beginning, wondering, is this actually going to work? But I think it also helps that the mentor that I was following, that obviously trusted him, and then he recommended it. So I think that always helps. I think as long as you read the rules and the terms and conditions, then yeah, I can't really fault it.
Awesome. And in terms of sign up, in terms of trading, in terms of sort of payout, everything's smooth, efficient as you wanted it to be.
Yeah, everything's
Awesome.
smooth and efficient, and any questions that I had, I got answered really quickly. So that's always good as well.
No, that was great. That's what we love to hear. And then finally, the last question we ask before we wrap up is just if you have any advice that you give to other traders in terms of, starting up and how they should go about it, really.
I think the main ones would be patient, learn emotional regulation, which I think is good for everything anyway. But I think especially in trading, if you're having a bad day or you're feeling ill or you're feeling angry, it's quite good to understand that. And then obviously if you document your trades and then at the end of the day you reflect it, I think in life that's just quite a good thing anyway. Don't rush the process, and just be patient.
100%. That's great advice. Thank you so much anyway for those insights and obviously sharing your own experience with everyone as well.